because here for men it's like 5'8". I
Yeah.
think that's average.
Yeah. I think, yeah, between 5'8" and 5'11", maybe. You think? Or 10, 5'10"?
I think it's 5'8" or 5'9", like the average height for the United States. So it's only 4 inches off, and then the women they're average 5'1",
Hmm.
which is freaking tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, very small people. I mean, obviously their diets are like way different than ours. Even not just North Koreans, but South Koreans, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, or all of the
All the kneeses.
southern, yeah, southern Pacific, or yeah, Asian countries, Indonesia and all that. They are. I don't think they eat as much processed food as we do.
Nobody in the world eats more processed food than us, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
So, since we're talking about food, there's a
Talk about the
documentary.
food pyramid.
No, there's a documentary on Netflix. It's called Poisoned. It's called
Okay.
Poisoned: The Dirty Truth About Your Food. I I put it on my Instagram story. Everybody should watch this. If you know the
Okay.
15 people that are gonna watch our podcast after this, go to Netflix and watch that, and it basically shows how the U.S. government does not really give a shit about our food. It
Hmm.
the like when you see the USDA stamp, you know what I mean. That basically means nothing,
It's a
and
guaranteed piece of
yeah, it. I never want to eat lettuce again.
USDA choice.
Yeah, because apparently, like leafy greens now are the number one E. coli outbreaks. Is leafy greens like spring mix, spinach, and then
Dang.
lettuce. So they say the best way, like in a bag. So if you buy, they
Oh,
say
like
if you
already
buy a,
shredded?
yeah, or like just cut up. Like if you want lettuce, they said your best bet is to just go buy a head of lettuce and cut it
Yeah,
yourself
that's what
because
I do.
yeah, because it's you know it's just one piece of lettuce. When you get that bag, they said it could be up to 400 different pieces or different lettuces that could make it into a
Oh
lettuce
wow.
eye. What's the plural for lettuce? Is it just lettuce?
Yeah, I think you can use it
It's
for
just
both
lettuce. Yeah.
lettuces. It's like,
Lettuces.
yeah.
But yeah, so your chances of getting E. coli like skyrockets. The same thing with like hamburgers. It,
So go ahead.
the best thing you could do is like you could go buy like let's say you could go and get like a chuck roast and then take it to like a butcher and have them grind your shit that way. But
Hmm.
hopefully they clean their grinder. You know what I mean? It gets squirrely, but
Yeah.
it minimizes the risk because they said in the average American hamburger there's about 400 different cows in it.
Dang. That's
Yeah.
wild. If you have a KitchenAid mixer, you can grind your beef like that.
Mhm.
Um, and I've heard, I guess the most popular was like what 80-20% ratio between
Mhm.
beef and fat or something. And
Yeah.
yeah, the
It,
more so would you say even just buying raw ground beef would not, like, it'd be better just to buy the whole steak or the cut of beef?
yeah. Because at least you know it's just that one piece that's in that burger. It's technically is that one cow, so the chance of the E. coli um, being contaminated with E. coli, um, it's a lot lower unless that cow had. You know what I mean? But they tested in that show, in that documentary, they tested 150 different poultry. from Purdue, because the guy that runs it was like, they got one, they tested it, and it had salmonella on it. And he was like, well, just one chicken is like, that's minuscule. He was like, I would, they're like, well, how much would we have to test? And he said like 150. It was like 23% of 150 samples had salmonella on 'em.
Dang, dude.
So you basically have almost a 25% chance that if you buy chicken from Purdue, there's salmonella in the chicken, and you could potentially die if you don't wash your hands. And
Mhm.
you know what I mean? It's crazy.
I mean, I don't buy Purdue, but every time I've had chicken, like if I'm preparing food like that, like I always wash the chicken. I always like wash everything thoroughly. I wash the vegetables, and I've seen
Mm,
people take the vegetables and put them in like water and pour this like solution, maybe baking soda or something,
yeah.
and then let it sit for a little bit, and then rinse it off, and then it's good to go.
So like when you wash chicken, you're technically, so they say to wash your chicken so the actual chicken won't have the salmonella on it. But when you're washing your chicken, if it does have salmonella, you know how the water hits it, it splashes. You have to clean everything.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it could be in any one of those little particles, and apparently, I thought if it dried, if the bacteria dried, it died. It doesn't.
Huh,
Yeah, they said it. I think they said it could last up to like 30 or 40 days dried up, and then all you have to do is like just touch it and like rub your eye or like lick your fingers, bite your nails. Bada bing,
dude, that's wild. Um,
you got the E. coli.
I I just sent the link to the chat on here on Riverside.
Mm,
If you want to see that William Lane Craig and Ben Shapiro debate or conversation, um, then you can
there's a chat on this thing. Oh
save that
yes,
for
there is
later.
a chat. Ha ha
Yeah,
ha.
dude, there's a chat, dude.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Copy link
More samples, man. Add
for
some more sound effects like bruh or like
bruh. Yeah,
random meme stuff. That would be so cool, man. But
yeah.
I did if you want me to forward them to you, I can. I exported last week's recordings as 9 by 16
Uh
with
huh.
and without the AI thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I exported it at 16 by 9 for full YouTube videos with and without the AI. So we can make some pretty good clips.
Okay.
This is gonna be dope, man.
Yeah, this thing is awesome, man. All right, you wanna
Right.
cut the live off, buddy? It's getting a little late over
Yeah,
here. I
yeah.
gotta work
Heading
tomorrow.
to bed.
Ugh.
I did just want to look up. It said 1990 the Albanian political system changed at, and the borders of the country opened. Is
Yeah.
that correct? 1990.
I think so. Let's what the heck was in there? Enver Hoja. Let me look this. Enver Hoja. Oh, I misspelled it because I'm a horrible Albanian.
And Verhoja.
Former Prime Minister of Albania, aka dictator.
Yo, love
So
dictating.
yeah. When did this asshole die? Oh, he died in 1985. So that was 2 years before I was born. So how the heck was I still in freaking dictatorship? Maybe his son or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's for some reason the one I looked up said that it was the borders were open in the 90 or 1990.
Yeah, because so when this guy was in power, like you couldn't leave Albania. So like at all the borders, there was always like armed guards. So if people try to leave Albania and like dip off and go to
Dang, man.
a better place, they would shoot them dead or arrest them or all that
Yeah.
good stuff.
1948. Albania breaks ties with Yugoslavia. Soviet Union begins economic aid to Albania.
Yeah, the Soviets and Verhoja, they liked each other. So when my parents were growing up, they had to take Russian in school. Like that was one of the like
Oh
we take
yeah,
Spanish, they had to
that's
take
right.
Russian. Yeah.
Tony's father-in-law, he was telling me stories about that, and when he grew up in Europe.
Romania.
Yeah, in Romania, and he had to learn
Yeah.
Russian too.
Yeah.
Crazy times, man.
Right.
But yeah, all right. I'll go ahead and play the outro, and yeah, it was good talking to you, man.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for
Have a
hopping
good
on
weekend.
for the uh,
Yeah, man.
midweek special.
Midweek special is the midweek special.
The
All
midweek.
right, buddy.
All right, man. God bless.
All right, bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
We're all gay. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We love you. Okay, God bless. Bye.
Once you get into that, you start getting into a situation, the slippery slope, where all of a sudden you're going to really violate the Second Amendment. I don't want to do anything to violate the Second Amendment. To me, the Second Amendment is very important.